Welcome to Cohesive Friendship Unit. I'm Chris. I'm with Jeremy.
Yo, what's up?
And Brian.
What's going on?
We're going to be talking about the next Nintendo Switch. Specifically, a hardware revision coming second half 2019. But real quick, if you love us, sub us, like the video. It's going to be sick. This video is going to be sick. I'm pumped. Are y'all pumped?
Heck yeah.
I'm not as pumped as you are, but
True.
I like me a good hardware video.
I'm feeling it today. So basically, there was a Wall Street Journal report article thing that basically said that they got all the deets. There's going to be a Switch in the second half of 2019. So it's coming. It's coming, guys. We're probably going to, if it is happening, we'll probably know about it in the next 6 months. So what do we want? What do we think? Two of us own a Switch. I own a Switch. Jeremy owns a Switch. Brian doesn't own a Switch, but Brian's used the heck out of a Switch.
Well, I've used a little bit, but like
You've switched.
I still wouldn't buy one.
Well, that's fair enough.
That's what I said.
But here we are.
You got used as a fucking Christmas present, dude. Like that doesn't count. You
Like a
didn't
real
buy
American.
But regardless
So-
of who got their Switches how, what do we want to see in the next Switch, and why?
I want more Joy-Con.
As in?
I think third Joy-Con would be...
Yeah.
I need 3.
You need 3. Okay.
Yep.
Well, Brian had some Joy-Con theories.
I think they're stripping it. I think they're bleeding on the fucking Joy-Cons specifically because they have so much hardware in terms of sensors and shit in there that seemed like it was baked in for the Labo. Like it's like building a Game Boy printer into every fucking system that you build. You're never going to make money on that. And I think that the Labo probably hasn't been selling as well as they expected it to or would have liked it to. So, because fundamentally it is a very cool $120 piece of cardboard, and they're putting probably well more than that in terms of hardware into these things to support it.
Well, yeah.
So, I think yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that's if you buy both Labo. That's where.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
No, I get it, dude.
It doesn't make sense to put that much technology into something that 99% of your user, or even 90% of your user base, is not going to use.
So you're saying cut the IR and maybe cut the HD Rumble or something else?
Isn't there some other, like, classic Nintendo shit in there? Like, isn't there, like, a thing that, like, detects if you're blowing on it or any of that?
There is not any of that. But it does have motion.
Yeah, like that I can see going away. You're with a controller that small,
probably.
You're not going to be able to make any use of 6-axis motion control. It's just too fucking small.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some, like, they do okay with it, like on the Mario Party version that's on there. They do okay with it, like you have to do the motions and stuff, but
I think as far as motion goes, it's actually kind of fun, but it's just not necessary.
Yeah,
and it's like an
nothing-
easy thing that you could strip out to bring the
it's
cost
like,
down.
yeah, that's something that the Wii could do.
Yeah.
So maybe they won't strip that out, because I don't think they would want to remove that functionality from Mario Party, but
definitely the IR.
some of the extra bloat and like the stuff that like people just don't use.
Well, yeah, I mean, those cost... So, 2 Joy-Con cost $80 if you just go buy them at the store. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For what I think many would consider to be, like, inferior to, like, any other controller.
Yeah, they're pathetic. As a controller, they're completely useless. Neither one of them really fits properly in your hand.
No, they're not great.
You have to have those stupid little things to use the shoulder buttons. Like, they don't work. It was a great idea, and maybe for like certain really simplistic games, you could use that kind of layout, but it's not a full-feature controller, and it never will be.
I mean, I think it's the well, we can have a whole nother discussion on Joy-Con. I think that it is a full-feature controller in the sense that this is the first time in a long time from Nintendo that we've had a controller that's full-featured, but I see what you're saying. I think the only thing I would change with the Joy-Con is to have a D-pad, like official D-pad Joy-Con. Like
Instead of the D-pad buttons?
Yes, and my reasoning behind that is if you, because I get that the complaint is you want like symmetric multiplayer or whatever, you can still do that with a D-pad, and that's kind of an unlikely scenario. Like you would just use the D-pad normally more than you would need someone to have 4 buttons when they turn it sideways. You could just use the D-pad as those 4 buttons.
What games do you use a D-pad in?
Like all the
like
classic.
Me
Nintendo
personally,
games.
Yeah, I never use the D-pad on my Xbox controller.
I use it for Binding of Isaac. Like on Switch, what I would like a D-pad for would be Binding of Isaac.
Binding of
I
Isaac.
use those buttons for it.
That's kind of a rare.
I use it for the NES games. I use it for Night in the Woods. I don't know. There's like basically anything 2D. I would just use the D-pad.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's just me.
The other thing I think you'll see if they haven't fixed it already is probably a more resilient screen, so that you don't scratch the fuck out of the thing by looking at it.
Well, wait,
because that was a problem. Remember?
real quick, Jeremy, do you have any Joy-Con things before we move to like the Switch?
No, I think that Brian's right. I think that it's overall going to be a defeaturing, and I think the first place that they're going to look to cut some costs is the Joy-Con, so I think that's probably likely.
All right, last thing I have on the Joy-Con, the grip that comes with it, make it a chargeable grip. That'd be sick.
Not going to happen.
I
could
kind of
happen,
agree,
but
but that's what I want. Like this
Yeah.
that would be nice. Okay.
That would be cool, but I just think, do you agree that they're not likely to be headed in the direction of like a premium Switch?
I think they are likely
Like
to
a $400 Switch?
No, I think what they're personally, and we can, I think maybe we'll do this at the end. Well, that doesn't make sense, but we're already in the middle of it. I think that this next iteration will be the same price. It'll be $300, and then our current Switches will go down to like $250 or $200.
You think?
So you think they're gonna launch two? They're gonna have the 2 revisions simultaneous?
No, not 2 revisions. Like they're just
Like-
gonna take the current
They're just
model.
going to drop.
Yeah, they're just gonna drop it down like $50, and they'll have and it'll be like slightly improved. That's just me.
Do we have any sense of what the margins are on each console?
They do not take a
Small.
loss, is the sense that we have.
Small.
But
Yeah,
they
it can't, like, it's a lot of tech in a small, for a small price point, relatively small price point. Like, would they be profitable at $250? That's my only question.
Oh, I think at this point, I do.
They're making the money up in the software otherwise.
I think they could cut it $50.
Okay.
That's just
Well,
me.
then if that's the other direction, then yeah, I think that could be a good guess.
So Brian thinks paring down. I think upgrade, but keep the same price. And what do you think, Jeremy? Switch Pro, Switch Mini.
I think it's... Well, now I don't know what to think. I think those are both good guesses.
Okay, fair. All right, let's move on to the actual Switch then. What are some things that we would like to see? This could be anything. I got stuff. I've got a lot. I've got a laundry list. So I'm going to go. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was
Go.
silence.
Make
All
it
right.
happen.
So, number one thing that I hate the most, literally my least liked feature on the Switch, is the kickstand. That shit is terrible.
That's what I was going to say.
They just gotta like fix that shit. That's it. Like it doesn't even have to be. Well, I mean, it has to be better, but it doesn't have to be like a revolution. It literally just has to be a competent ass kickstand.
Why is it all the way on the side?
It's so dumb, dude. I don't even know. Like it can't even hold. It's so dumb. Kickstand's terrible. Rapid fire next. They could pull that screen out to the bezels. They right now there's big bezel around the Switch. They could pull that screen out. Like I think it would give like an extra ½ inch diagonally, but it's a 6-inch screen, so that's actually a decent amount of space. And then the last real big thing I would like right now on like a big game like Zelda or Mario Kart or Mario, you get a 3-hour battery life. I'd like to see that up to like 5. I know that's a big ask, but those are like my biggest asks.
Well, I think the battery thing is reason. Like battery technology is improving really, really fast these days.
Yeah,
Like I think they could probably do that and not really break the bank.
yeah. I mean, those are my biggest 3. Also, the Wi-Fi card sucks, but whatever.
Those are all cool. I mean, like, I don't know the feasibility of like how much you can improve the battery or can't. The kickstand is easy. That's a gimme because it's terrible, and there's really no reason for it to be so bad.
What about 32 gigs of memory? You cool with that? Because I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it hasn't been a problem yet.
All right.
I mean, like, if we're just making wishing, then, like, again, I don't know the feasibility of it, but, like, improving the, like, native resolution that the games run at so that they don't look quite as grainy. I mean, they look okay on the small screen, but especially if they broadened it out a little bit.
Yeah, so Digital Foundry seems to think that there's a possibility that there will be a new chip in this Switch. And whether or not that's just like a general refining of the system on a chip or like an actual improvement remains to be seen. But I think if they could make I agree. I'm not saying 4K Switch. I'm saying like,
no, that's not
just
gonna happen.
Like
but
smooth out what we have.
yeah, visual improvements.
Yeah,
Gonna make that's that bucket.
You got anything, Brian?
No, I mean, like, I still don't want to buy one.
Okay.
Not that I don't want to buy it, like, I'm just not interested. Like,
Yeah.
there's not going to be anything that comes out in this revision that's going to make me interested in buying one of these, unfortunately. But
Nah, dude, you do you. Live your best life.
well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fucking
dude.
broke, so like,
Plus you got a sick ass.
Always
PC,
next
you know?
Christmas.
yeah, I got my PC. I'm very happy with that. You know, I don't need to game on the go. So, you know, I'm kind of good.
He's good.
With the Switch. I still think that it's gonna be like whatever you see is gonna be like a cost reduction feature, and I think this is gonna be an outright replacement.
So real quick, since you mentioned that, there are kind of like some rumors that one of the possible revisions would just be a fully portable Switch with non-detachable Joy-Con, so you'd save a lot of money. It would just be like one unit. It wouldn't be able to dock or anything. You think that's a possibility?
Unlikely, because I think a lot of the Joy-Con, I think a lot of the games that have come out take advantage of the Joy-Cons. Like, a lot of them don't, but a lot
Like
of
Mario
them
Party
do.
does.
Mario Party does really heavily, and
Yeah.
I would expect that, like, there are little things that,
Yeah.
Come
Mario
on.
Odyssey does. Yeah.
yeah. So you're not gonna shoot yourself in the foot like that. Because if you can't play Mario Odyssey, what's the point of getting a Switch, right?
Jeremy?
I mean, actually, but you couldn't play Mario Odyssey with the Joy-Cons just on the side. I haven't, but you easily could. I've played Mario Odyssey
Yeah.
with the Pro controller, and it was still fun.
There's a few things that you can't do, I think.
I don't think there's anything you can't do. You just can't really take advantage of the motion controls, which is like,
Well, okay, so you
honestly,
could
I
do
don't
it,
use them
but
that
it
much
would-
anyways.
Yeah.
I do use them a little bit, but I don't use them much. It would kind of nerf Mario Party. Mario Party wouldn't be super fun, but like
Well,
that's
it
kind of what they
wouldn't
did
be
with the
playable. You can't
3DS.
play Mario Party with one person. So
Also true.
like,
Yeah, true. So
But
what
in
are you
terms
doing
of
to your... Sorry, go ahead.
because it is Nintendo, so like, you know, would they just like get rid of the whole selling point of their fucking system? Well, they had a system called the 3DS, and the whole point was that like it was a clamshell, and then they were like, ooh, that's too expensive. We'll just make it like a weird brick thing, and we'll call it the 2DS.
it's a doorstop.
Cheap, yeah.
Also,
So-
that was because of a lawsuit, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they lost the lawsuit, and then they had to pay like 2% of every 3DS sale to some guy, and they were like,
That's weird.
we'll scrap it.
And those
Scrap
things
it.
weren't that popular either. Like
No.
they probably
Jay bought
put,
one.
they probably put
actually,
a
it was-
lot
it was-
into R&D on those though. Like,
I love them. My girlfriend has one.
You love everything that Nintendo comes out with.
That's
Like,
not true.
Yes, you do.
It is true.
It's
you
mostly
do.
true.
It's true.
This was
Mostly true.
1988 or whatever, and the Virtual Boy just came out. You'd be like, "It's the
He would
best
have
thing
it.
I've ever seen.
He would be like,
I
yes,
have all the games."
not hard to do. Well, I do have a PSVR, so maybe you're right. All right. I mean, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. And I don't know. Maybe y'all should let us know down below what you want in your Switch. All right, Brian, take it away.
Yeah, well, yeah. You already fucking said my thing, dude.
Oh well.
I was gonna say, you know, if you don't want Nintendo to switch your Switch, go
Okay,
ahead
that
and
sounds
hammer
pretty
your
cool.
thoughts on that. Yeah, that's okay. I'm like the end of the show thing guy. I thought that was like my job.
It is.
But anyway, if that's like if you don't want them to switch your Switch, go ahead and hammer that on down in the word box, or if you do, or whatever. Like Chris said at the beginning of the video, we appreciate the sub. We give away shit, so there's something in it for you too. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, so you'll be informed of all the shit that we're doing here, and smoke them if you got them, guys. That's all for me tonight, Chris.
Thanks, Brian. Catch you guys next time.